Hey, this is Bill with Lead Capture Page Boss and Ampboy Marketing. We recently gave away our lead scraper to all of our paid subscribers, and as a result of that, people were getting thousands of emails every day, and the question came, how do we send them out? Well, what I'm going to do is present a solution that is probably one of the most powerful solutions. You can use an email address from home, but there are some downsides to that. We really do recommend doing this. There is a subscription cost to it, but you can do a co-op with 4 or 5 other team members and make it quite affordable for the results. You know, when you really look at marketing, you have to spend money to make money. And as long as you know that the risks are minimal and you put your effort into doing the best you can, it's pretty hard to lose money if you are applying yourself to it. Those of you who have purchased this are going to use this as a tutorial, and those of you who have not purchased this, you're going to go ahead and see the power of this particular system. So first, when you purchase the account, you bought a domain name for $10 a year, and you forward the DNS, which we have a video how to do. And so we're going to come to your login, and you're going to log into your account. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and create a contact list. So you'll click here and click create a contact list. List name we'll go ahead and use in here. How about if I know that I'm getting a market of people that are interested in buying solar panels? Okay, now you may have people that are interested in buying real estate. You might have people interested in buying insurance. You might have people interested in getting a credit report or credit restoration. Lots of people looking to make money from home, whether that's with nutritional products or telecommunications or digital products online, tools to help build a business. Lots of different markets to be targeting. What you're going to do here is put your name in the list owner. I would tell you, be in the habit of being transparent. The more shady an email looks, the faster I delete it. If there's no real name on it, if there's no unsubscribe link, if there's no physical address, even if it's a P.O. box, I delete it. Because if the person's not willing to be transparent, how do I know that the links within the email are going to be valid? I'm not going to get a virus and they're going to try to steal my identity. So be transparent with people. There's really nothing to hide here. Now these fields, if you have these fields on your list of leads that you're importing, then you can leave what you want. However, using leads from, say, the Guru, we don't have those, so I'm going to take those out, and then I'm going to leave these visible fields. And you don't have to fill the company name in. It's not shown in the emails, so fill that out and then click save. Now you'll see that we have a couple lists already in the system. We have health with 68,000 contacts. We have work from home with 7,000 contacts, and we have solar panels, the one that we just created. And now what I'm going to do is I want to add contacts to that list. So we're going to go up to the contacts tab, and we're going to click import contacts from a file. See, now you can go ahead and add one contact at a time, but if you're going to add 68,000, it's better to use a file. Wouldn't you agree? So we're going to click import from file. We're going to click on the list that we want to import them into. We're going to click next. Okay, so now we look at some other settings. When the people are imported into the list, we want to make sure they're confirmed. We want the format to be HTML. We can go ahead and leave these blank for the time being. And for a field separator, you see there's a comma there. And then we're going to find our file. So we're going to click choose file, and we're going to go ahead and look for some leads. And I happen to have a folder full of scraped leads from many different companies. So let's go ahead and just use a generic file here, AAROH biz, and I'm going to click next. We see that there were two headings to these particular lists. One was the email and one was the keyword that those emails came from. I'm going to choose email here, but I'm going to skip this because it's not something I need to import. I'm going to click next. I'm going to start importing those files, and this is a really amazing part about this service. You'll see here the contacts that are being imported, and then you'll see here these are emails that are suppressed because there's a list, like a blacklist, that we use. So known email addresses will get taken out if we know they're bad. Also, we have bad data. So if it was not a properly formatted email address, it will also get taken out. And then of course here's duplicate contacts. Now the very valuable part to this is the more emails that bounce, if you scrape a list and a lot of those emails are actually bad and there's a lot of bouncing, the email service providers don't like that because they wonder why you're sending the emails that are no longer in existence. So this system is high tech, and the intelligence behind it makes sure that your deliverability stays better. I might add right here, part of this service as well is you get a new IP address every 30 days. So if something happens to your deliverability where some of the email service providers decided they didn't like what you were doing, then you can ride it out. You'll still have deliverability, but it will go down some. But then at the end of the subscription month, you get a new IP address, which is just like starting over again. So again, I just love this system. I personally got it just for my own companies and marketing, and then I had people asking me, what do you do? And so I made it available to everybody. So we just need to let this finish importing. While this is finishing importing, let me go ahead and show you what one of those scraped lists look like. These are coming out of the Guru Lead Scraper. Here's the one that we imported. Wow, what a mess, huh? This is what it looks like if you open it up in Notepad. What you'll see here is the email address and the email address, and they're separated by a comma. We can also open that up in Excel. When you open it in Excel, you'll see that there are actually two columns, and you saw that when we imported it. The software recognized that this was one header coming from this keyword, and then we also had a header with the email, and this is what we're importing right now. So when you use the Guru Lead Scraper, it does a great job. Matter of fact, we have it running here on the computer now, and we're up at about 21,000 emails, and this particular company that we're doing is all Russian emails for the most part. You see the .ru. Actually, here's a German email. Russian, Russian, Russian. And the benefit to this is that you can target particular markets with a product, service, or an opportunity. And you'll see here that we actually researched and found a number of different domains that the same company was using. I'm not sure if LV is Latvia, probably. LT is probably Lithuania. BY is Belarus. CZ is Czechoslovakia. And you'll see here's Kyrgyzstan, Ukraine, Russia, Moldova. I'm not even sure. Maybe that's Georgia, Armenia, perhaps. Honestly, I'm not even sure where some of these are from. But that's the fantastic thing, is that you can, basically utilize the internet to find potential team members or sales all over the world. Okay, so we're done importing, and we see here is we had 2,000 contacts imported, 15 were duplicates, so that's great. You don't have to clean up your list. This will clean it for you. 136 were known to be bad emails. 13 of the email addresses were not formatted correctly. So it cleaned our list, and now we have a clean list to send out. Now, there's a couple other powerful tools here that I'll share with you, and that is, see here, suppressed emails remain in your list but won't receive emails. So you can choose whether or not you want to keep the bad emails, but they won't get sent out because the system is too intelligent, or just have them taken out. Also, you can add your own emails to suppress. So if you want to suppress contacts from a particular list, and you want to go ahead and type in the email address to suppress, or the domain. So say you said, I don't want to send this to anybody with Hotmail, or I don't want to send this to anybody with Gmail. You can go ahead and type those in, click save, and it will take out all of those email addresses so that you're not sending to them. So again, this offers you a lot of flexibility or power. Now, this is more advanced, and it's not something that a lot of people probably use, but it's there. Okay, but let's move right on to email campaigns. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an email campaign. Again, quite simple to do. You're simply setting up your campaign name, and in this case we were saying solar panels. The format will be HTML and text. This is also called multi-part, where it'll determine whether the person should get HTML or text based on their email settings on the receiving side. Here there's lots of templates that you can use. You can see it here on the right. Lots of different emails. So it can look like a newsletter. These are not bad to send out. So if you find something that is more appropriate to what you're sharing, you can use that, or you can just use no template and keep it completely plain. So I'm just going to use the blank template as our example, and I'm going to click next. We're going to choose our email subject line. I like to use email subject lines when talking about internet marketing and the tools that help to make someone successful. I like to use things like, gurus use this tool and you can too. It is true that gurus know how to automate various parts of their marketing services so they can take their time to either research new and improved methods, read about marketing, read about sales, psychology, or research products and other things to provide. So first, you have your email subject line, and I do have a section on email subject line swipes in the lead capture page boss. Now, coming into your HTML content, one thing you want to do is take a look at this insert a custom field. Here you can actually insert what I like to do is a web version of this email, and you put that at the top. That way, if they get to the email, it doesn't really read really well, they can always click on that and they'll see a web page version of the email. Next, of course, you want to have your little salutation. You could insert their name if we had it as part of the leads that we import. So if you import leads from another source, you will be able to customize that. In this case, we're just going to use hi, and we're going to have our body text, and there's lots of psychology here. What I really want to encourage you to do is don't make a long email. Keep it short, sweet, highly creative, to the point where you're making curiosity, right? So if you say gurus use a tool, you can too, and you say something like, you've seen a lot of the hypey, so you might want to say something like, I didn't believe it myself until I tried it. I am not a guru, but I did discover that using what the gurus use will definitely pump up your income. Or maybe we can even say your daily income, right? A really good copywriter is going to look at this, not just type it once, but they're going to go over it. They're going to say, how, just like a storybook writer, when they say like, The butterfly lightly fluttered through the gentle, cool breeze. They continue to add adjectives and verbs that really bring it to life, bring it into three-dimensional color. And that's what will liven up your email copy. So we're going to have that, and I'm just going to make this really, and then click this link. It's good to give instruction. Click this link. One of the first books I read was on web design was Don't Make Me Think, right? Don't make people think, just tell them what to do. Click this link, and then you can, do something like this. It points to it, and then you have, whatever. You can have the website, or you can just go ahead and hyperlink this. Use the anchor there, and then I'm just going to use Google. Okay, and I'm going to put insert. So now click this link, and then down here again, when I'm closing the email, I like to again to be very real. Again, don't try to hide. It's not good. So I'm going to say, here's my name, here's my phone number, and here's my Skype, and here's my Facebook, and here's my YouTube. This gives people the opportunity, because Facebook can be very personal. So maybe I put my personal Facebook on there. Maybe I just put a fan page about the business. But if I use a Facebook page as personal, they can go, they can see me, they can form a relationship, they can decide if I'm somebody that they would want to engage in any kind of a business relationship with, right? And again, think about that. If you don't have a Facebook page, you are really missing the boat. And we're going to have some videos on that, but it's really, really important. And part of the strategy that I'll even just touch on briefly, it's good to send people to a Facebook page. And on the Facebook page, that's where you talk about your product, service, opportunity. You have your links there that then go back to the company. Because who doesn't like to check out somebody's Facebook page? So that's enough of a little glimpse there. But so now we're down at the bottom, and what we're going to put here is we're going to insert another custom field, and we're going to choose the unsubscribe link, right? Make sure you always give people an opportunity to unsubscribe. Now what I'm going to do though is I'm going to do a bunch of enters. I'm going to push it down the page, but I am going to include it. Okay, now what we have here, it already has this information in, but if you want to, you can simply use this here where it says get text content from editor. Boom, that pulled it from the one above. So now you have your, check this out on the website, you have the unsubscribe link, and then you have this line right here. And what you want to do is you want to try to keep all of your text inside this line to the left of it. So if you have sentences that run over, just go in and hit enter, and they'll come back into this space. Now, however, if you had text that was hyperlinked, you'll see that it put it out here in these brackets. What I would do is I would just get rid of the brackets. You want to tell them still to click on the link. What I would do is I would go ahead and just put in some dashes and a less than sign or greater than, and I would just tell them this is the link I want you to click on. Alright, so we're done with the email. Remember that it is very important. The subject line will get them to open it. Your ad copy will get them to click. And keep it short, sweet, and even entertaining, but create curiosity. Okay? One thing I wanted to do is you check out this email validation. Check your email campaign for spam keywords. Okay, remember this is all about deliverability, and this system is very valuable. It's very intelligent. So click on this, and what it does is it checks your email for words that are known to trigger spam filters. Okay, so here we see a rule that's been broken, the word discover. Probably because this is used a lot, discover this, discover the secret. And so, while it's not that bad, it's still, you could do better. So what we have here is 5 is like the absolute limit. I mean, if you hit 5, you're just going to go straight into spam. 1.8, hey, let's go ahead and take a minute and we'll close this and let's go ahead and go up and see where we use that word and we'll take it out. I am not a guru, but I did learn. Okay, so now we're going to go back and we can go ahead and just use get text from the editor. Enter that in. So now we'll use our spam check again. And look, we don't break one spam rule. I actually thought that using the word income would break a rule, but apparently it didn't. Now if we use a word like make $1 million with this opportunity, and we're going to again, get our text, and then we're going to check for spam keywords. You see, it's actually not that bad, but the word opportunity raised a flag. So this is really, really helpful. Use it. It's very important. Okay. Now what you can also do is you can go ahead and view your email in different programs. So up here along the top, this is what it looks like in AOL. This is what it will look like in Gmail. This is what it will look like in Hotmail. This is what it will look like in Outlook. Now, the reason why we're not having a problem is because we didn't use one of the templates. But if you use one of those HTML templates, you're just going to remember that compatibility is an issue in browsers nowadays. Email campaign, yes, this is active. Yes, archive it. Now remember too, you see these little helps, make sure you read them if you don't understand something. Okay, now send preview from this email, so you can use your default system email and then send it. You can send it to yourself, and we'll click preview. It sent the email to me, so I could check that out. I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm going to click save and exit. So now I have a email set up right here. The gurus use this daily, and what I can do is click send and it will start sending it real easy. Okay, I've brought you in this video up to the point of creating a contact list, importing your contacts, setting up an email campaign. That's going to get your emails going out. In other video tutorials, we'll cover your statistics, we'll cover creating a split test. This is very important, where you can test 2 different subject lines and see which one gets more opens. Or you may want to change your call to action in the email. Again, this is a very powerful system. There's a lot you can do with it. Also, you can create autoresponders. So you'll continue to send out emails on a regular basis once you import them in. And again, the send rate on this is set to 100 emails per hour. So you can send 2,400 emails a day. Now if you set up 2 campaigns, you're going to send 200 emails per hour, or 4,800 emails a day. What I would encourage you to do is only do 100 emails per hour for your first 2 weeks. What's going to happen is the email service providers are going to become familiar with your domain name. They're not going to blacklist you, and you're going to have better success over time, gaining a reputation of trust with email service providers. Again, if you want to use the system to spam, what's going to happen is you're just going to trash your IP address. You're not going to get good deliverability. It's a much better strategy to be a professional in your email marketing, to do it right, to look long term, and to build a list of thousands of people that subscribe to your offers, products, whatever it is you're marketing, and build a relationship. And over time, with a list of say 10,000 or 100,000 people, I've heard it estimated that with the right kind of marketing, you can convert every email into at least $6 per year. So if you have 100,000 opt-ins, that's equal to about a $600,000 annual income. Get started with it. Make the Ampboy emailer part of that, and you won't be sorry. Look for more tutorials in the future.